You're watching ChillyBoy Productions. I'm Larry ChillyBoy Chilson, and this is my review for After Yang. Now, before we get into this review, make sure to go ahead and click that subscribe button down below so that you can chill with me on each and every one of my latest videos. So initially, I had not planned to rent or watch any films from the 2022 Sundance Film Festival. However, I was keeping my eye on select films after the premiere dates and seeing the type of reaction and reception they were met with. Thus, I decided to cave and get myself two films from this year's festival. First being After Yang. Now, After Yang is a 2022 science fiction drama written and directed by Kogonada, starring Colin Farrell and Jodie Turner-Smith. The film follows Jake as he goes on an investigation and exploration in an attempt to repair his daughter's beloved companion Yang, an android human, after he malfunctions. Though it all starts with the ideal of repair, it soon leads into a much deeper exploration of the meaning to humanity. So unlike many and really most Sundance films, After Yang has already been picked up. It will be distributed by A24, supposedly in late March of 2022. So at the very least, we already know this film has been picked up and A24 plans to give it a proper release. So if you're watching this review and it sounds good to you, just know you're safe. You'll have a chance to check it out at some point. Now, with leads from Colin Farrell and Jodie Turner-Smith and this cool sci-fi introspective type of premise, I was actually quite anticipating this film, though I was skeptical on renting it just because I knew it would be coming out here not too far off into the future. But ultimately, I just needed to see it. I wanted to experience it, and I'm so glad I did. I really adored After Yang. So let's go ahead and talk about those positives first. First, huge props to Kogonada, who not only wrote and directed the film, but also edited the film himself. Very Chloe Chow of him, if you will. But all of those elements are done beautifully. This is a stunning directorial effort from Kogonada. It is a beautiful film. There is a grainy type of independent grain to the cinematography, but the way that it's shot and framed, the way that we move throughout these different aspects of the exploration is actually stunning. It is a gorgeous direction here. Not to mention the screenplay is very deep. It is very thoughtful while being thought-provoking. You gain such a sense of empathy for our characters. And the most wonderful part of that is we are unraveling that empathy and that understanding with particularly Jake, our main character played by Colin Farrell, as we move throughout. And it's handled beautifully well. We've seen artificial intelligence films that explore the idea of what makes humans and what makes a soul before. However, this is honestly one of the most acutely sensitive films to cover the topic to date. It is just a soft film that brings you on a journey with our character, and that journey is incredibly moving and beautiful to take part in. Colin Farrell gives a very understated performance, but a very strong and, once again, empathetic performance. Jodie Turner-Smith is also wonderful, and this little girl, her introduction to film, at least in my eyes, is stunning here, as is the actor who plays Yang, and a really actually surprisingly strong turn from Haley Lu Richardson here, who was wonderful in a role I would have liked to even see a little bit more of. The emotions ring true, they hit hard, and the entire construction of this film just works to deliver an emotionally resonant experience. So then, what doesn't work quite so well when it comes to After Yang? Honestly, I had only two kind of negatives when it came to the film. The first one being that Jodie Turner-Smith's character just felt a little bit off. I don't think it was her portrayal as an actress of the character. I think she just never fully meshed into the full atmosphere of what was being explored. And her character starts to bring up other issues within this family structure that also, in turn, aren't quite explored heavily enough in turn of exploring humanity and the human experience more. But honestly, I really wish we would have just melded her into the story we got more heavily rather than having her feel a bit like an outsider to the rest of what was happening. And that's not to say she's fully segregated. She actually has several moments where she comes into the exploration, and I thought that was actually wonderful and just further made me yearn for her to be a bigger part of what we were given in this final product. And the other isn't really a negative for me, but it's certainly something to mention in a review, specifically in anticipation of this getting a wider release. It is a very slow, soft film. It is not by any means a plot-driven film. It is a film about feeling. It's one to immerse yourself in. And that's not going to be for everyone. A slow film like this that just methodically moves is not an experience everyone is looking to have in a movie theater, certainly. But for me, that methodical, slow moving, thought provoking science fiction really worked here. And I found myself entranced with After Yang. So I don't believe that you'll have an opportunity to still get tickets for Sundance Film Festival once this review comes up, because I was on the second viewing of the film. But definitely keep a lookout for After Yang as A24 begins to ramp up the marketing and prepare to give this a proper release. If you enjoy thoughtful sci-fi, this is definitely going to be right up your alley, like it was mine. So that is my review for After Yang. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, go ahead, click like down below and subscribe to the channel so that you are always up to date on all of my latest videos. Also, join in on the discussion. Did you catch After Yang at the Sundance Film Festival? If you did, let me know your thoughts. And if you have not even heard of this film, what do you think? Are you going to give it a shot? Let me know either in the comment section down below, or you can hit me up on Twitter. I love you all so much for your continued support. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time. Bye.